Now, fears of rapidly emerging new COVID-19 cases, as well as brewing tensions between the U.S. and China has caused cautious sentiment in the global oil markets. Despite this, Brent is still on track for its fourth consecutive monthly gain this July. Uchenna Minnis is the managing partner at Blufx Nigeria. He joins me now to discuss this story. Uchenna, let's talk about that tango between the U.S. and China. We're seeing it continue. What implications can we have for the markets going forward?
Well, that in itself is never a positive sentiment for market outlets, and that's one of the risks that probably would add to bother OPEC to block going forward. Given that the continued escalation of the U.S. trade war would only just continue to dampen demand, and that in itself would affect OPEC's prices or OPEC's plan to continue to support prices to the upside.
All right, but looking at your expectations this week, though, we're seeing that Brent is still on track for the fourth straight monthly gain in July.
Yes, there's some sort of positive bullish sentiment in the market participants in the market space, given the fact that there is this, should I say, general belief that central banks and government policies will continue to provide easing conditions into economies, and that would always will come up, in fact, to elevate the pain caused by the coronavirus pandemic. But there are some things that are starting to trickle into the mix now, and one thing is starting to get clear that there might be some sort of significant second wave of the pandemic, and we are seeing demand in flight drop. We saw that surge in demand towards the end of April, but that has started to stall now. Some economists are considering to go back to some sort of stringent lockdown. We're seeing that in Australia. We're seeing some US states looking to plan that in sort of restricting movement of people, given the fact that they are still increased cases. So I think OPEC highlighted in their recent meeting saying that there is still this significant risk that might be due to another sort of economic closing now due to the pandemic. And that in itself might be a very big risk going forward.
All right, but what do you make of the rising rig count we're seeing in the U.S. and especially we've seen that it's the first week since it's rising since March?
And that is actually a big issue, really, because we can actually see that supply from the U.S. to Europe has increased by close to 31 million barrels per day, despite the fact that OPEC is looking to cut significantly to bolster prices. And this is something that Russia has really made mention that they are not comfortable with. It's really counterproductive for OPEC and OPEC Plus to cut down supply, while the U.S. would continue, or the U.S. oil producing companies would continue to take some of those market share. And that in itself is a big issue. So you can see that there is a supply risk from the side of the U.S. that might affect the plans that have been set by OPEC to continue to bolster prices to the upside. So that is significant, and really we don't want a repetition of what happened in late February, early March, where Russia decided